All right, gentlemen. So Pro Football Focus released some of its position group rankings, and that included its secondary rankings. Do you want to guess where PFF ranked the Bears?
It better be number one because they got the best flipping secondary in the league. Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, Terrell Smith, Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker, and my guy Kevin Byard. That's the best in the league.
Because you asked it that way, Charlie, it sounds like they're in the top 5.
They're 19. They are very low.
Next. Not going to listen to that.
Whoa. That's not possible. You had to have read it wrong. There's no way they have the 19th ranked secondary.
It said they had their ups and downs in 23, as did safety Jaquan Brisker, but this unit could be extremely good in 2024 if it plays to its high-end abilities. This is just a little insane to me. They're behind Houston, Las Vegas.
Oh, no.
Tennessee.
No,
I mean, it's...
No. That's where numbers lie, brother. That's not right. Are you saying that it's going to be this dramatic drop-off because Eddie Jackson's off the team? They did have their ups and downs. More ups than downs, I would say. That's a strength of the team along with the linebackers last year.
Yeah, 19th is... It's bottom half. Like, that's crazy to me. And that's where, it reminds me of when Council the other day was talking about the third base coach, and he said, well, our analytics say that he's actually making good decisions.
No shot.
Well, I think your analytics might be a little bit wrong then if you're getting good decisions. If you're getting Bears are the 19th best secondary, I'm not a big call out the analytics kind of person, but a 19 is crazy to me. Crazy. 19?
Yeah, that's just stupid. I mean, that every time they do something like that, it just tells you PFF doesn't know what they're doing at times.
All right. Here's Charlie Evans. Charlie?
He's telling the truth.
Okay, so the Hard Knocks offseason with the New York Giants began last night, and there was a few revelations on how their offseason went last year, including how sort of the seeds of the Brian Burns trade came together. One of at a Senior Bowl practice, I believe it was, they were talking, the Giants GM Joe Shane and the Panthers GM, and he basically just asked, like, hey, what's it going to cost for Brian Burns? And the Panthers GM said, 2 firsts. And that's how it started. If we're getting stuff like that, like this is just how trades come together, sometimes it's just out of a casual conversation in an offseason event. If that's what we're getting, I might actually watch this, because I'm not a big Hard Knocks guy, but that stuff's interesting to me.
That's how Kap and I talk about trades.
Think so?
We casually have conversations. What do you think it would cost for this? And you say, well, 2 firsts or a player and a first. We talk about if it's that casual, and I'm sure it is between GMs. It seems like a casual conversation there, and that started the ball rolling, right?
Yeah, and then they call back, are you serious? Come on, let's try and nail this down. And then I'll move off the 2 firsts, but I need a first, a second, a future third. Yeah, they figure out a way to do it.
That's what's crazy about the NFL to me, and that's what I hope Hard Knocks offseason shows, is that the biggest decisions are happening in, like, a bar or just some guy, hey, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, what's going on here? And then that's just how these these earth-shifting trades and contracts happen. All that stuff is just fascinating to me.
You write it down on a napkin, a bar napkin. That's how you do it. And just like, what does that look like on paper? You don't have paper in front of you, but you have a napkin and write it down and say, what if we did this? And it happens. What's that story you just told us, Kap? I want to say it was a couple days ago about one person bringing 2 sides together for a 3-way deal. Remember?
Oh, that was when the Cubs did the deal for Nomar Garciaparra.
Mm-hmm.
And Theo confirmed it for me because I had heard it from Hendry. And apparently, so there's a conference call. There's like 2 minutes left to the deadline. And MLB does not mess around on the deadline. Sorry, your fax came in too late or your email or whatever it is. And Theo said, Hendry said, everybody, quiet down. Here's what we're going to do. All right, Theo, you're getting Orlando Cabrera. I'm getting Nomar, but we're not positive he's healthy. Mm-hmm. And I think it was Montreal is getting whoever they got. The Cubs gave up some prospects, and so did the Boston Red Sox. And then he said, but Theo, I don't know if Nomar's hand is healthy, so I've got to get something else. And they had like a minute left, and one of his scouts said, ask for Matt Merton. And he said, Jim didn't know Matt Merton from a hole in the ground. All right, give me Matt Merton. All right, you can have Matt Merton. And that's how the deal finally got done. Henry put all the pieces together for everybody, and they called it in.
Sometimes that's how it works, yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie, can you squeeze in one more? Because we got Tommy coming up next.
Absolutely. So a former Jets employee is suing the team over a throwback logo that he designed that the Jets are now using. He designed it in 1978. It was used by the Jets for 20 years. The team acknowledged that this guy designed the logo, but he's now suing them, and he's asking for unspecified damages. The use of his design was initially received in a positive light by him. It was mentioned on the team website. He said it was very nice to see. I don't, based on what we know, I maybe have two words that come to mind: rents due, because I don't.
Rents due.
That drop really caught me off guard.
You were saying?
Yeah, it's. This stuff is so crazy to me. The Jets for the first time basically ever are probably on the right side of a PR issue. Those are the first two words that came to mind. Rents due. This guy is suing because they're using this design when he previously said, "Go ahead and use the design. I think it's really cool that you use the design." Again, this is what I read on the NFL's website,
yeah.
But I don't know. Something's a little fishy about it.
Do they have it in writing?
That's
Or is
the
it just a
question.
verbal?
Well, all that stuff thanking him was posted on the website, and he's saying that he didn't get any credit for it.
Back in Cap's days, you just spit in your hand and you shake the hand. That's just like a blood oath back then, right, Cap?
That's it. Or you just a little cut in your palm.
Oh, my
And you
God.
let the blood touch.
Oh, my God.
Sure, it's a great way to get really sick.
Well, everyone had scurvy or rickets or some kind of disease back then, so they all carried it together back then, Charlie. That was the good old days.
He should,
No
if they
vitamin C.
were using it, unless they have something that he signed that you can have it, they should compensate him. You remember the guy that sued Sears, Hoodie?
Sears and Roebuck.
Guy made a wrench, and he said this is gonna be amazing. It's called the Bionic Wrench. And Sears called. Hey, that thing is awesome. We'd like to carry it. And they gave him some small amount of money, and it was, in his opinion, when they understand if thing ever takes off, they'll take care of him. They didn't. He sued, and he ended up getting millions. Sears lost.
I remember that. I do
Remember
recall
that?
Yes, I do recall that.
They thought, well, we got more money than anybody. You're not going to be able to hang out with us legally.
Yeah.
He did. He hung in there.
Sears is like, surely it can't get any worse for us. We'll be around forever.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Oops.
Roebuck dropped off there, and then Sears dropped off, and then there's no Sears or Roebuck. Sad.
You got to take care of your business. It's the same thing that happened with Sierra Mist. That's why it's no more, because they didn't renew their trademark, and a social media person took the name Sierra Mist, and they tried to buy it from her, and she didn't want to sell it. So now they have Starry.
Wow.
So wait, that's the same pop?
Yes.
Yeah. And I didn't know.
I didn't know that was the story behind it.
I didn't know that Ciara had her own pop. And that is our look around
Wow.
the NFL right here on Kap and J. Hood.
It's Sierra with an S.
Oh. Waddle Wednesday is right around the corner as we talk to Tommy right here on Kap
Let's
and J.
go,
Hood.
Tommy!